7 out of 10 kids have been bullied. Over 150,000 students stay home from school each day to avoid being bullied. Bullying has serious consequences for both the victim and the bullies, ranging from low self-esteem to violence and even to suicide. Young people need guidance from the adults in their lives to deal with bullying in a healthy way. This video contains information that every adult needs to know about bullying and about how they can help young people who experience bullying.
Bullying is really a subjective experience. It's what the children feel. It's what the child says to you is bothering them.
Lynn Reeves Griffin of Proactive Parenting in Scituate, Massachusetts is a lecturer, writer, and consultant to parents, teachers, and healthcare professionals regarding child development and behavior management issues.
It's any situation in which children feel intimidated, they feel threatened, they feel unsafe. And so even if a very sensitive child is telling you they feel that, and to your eyes, that looks rather, kids will be kids kind of a thing, you still have to hear that because that child is telling you that's their perception, that's their feeling, that's their experience.
Throughout this video, kids will share their experiences with bullying.
You're supposed to be what everybody else wants you to be when you're not, when you start getting bullied.
I think that there are a lot of aspects of bullying. There's the physical aspect of getting pushed around in the hallway or intimidation. But I think that bullying also includes psychological aspects, teasing, name-calling, getting inside of people's heads so it starts eating away at them.
When I talk to kids, what I hear from them most is that bullying is any behavior that makes them feel unsafe. It hurts their feelings, makes them scared, and they're afraid to go to school, and they can't have fun anymore.
Mark Brown remembers being bullied as a child. Born in Jamaica, he moved to the United States when he was 19. Today, he is a youth motivational specialist who has dedicated his career to helping young people understand the harmful effects of bullying. Through a national outreach program sponsored by QSP Incorporated, a subsidiary of Reader's Digest, Mark uses his own personal experience and expertise to teach kids about the importance of tolerance and respect.
I can relate to the kid who's bullied. I can recall being 10 years old in elementary school in Kingston, Jamaica, and there were 3 girls in my class who just made me feel miserable. And the thing is, after 32 years, I can still remember their names. I can still see their faces, and I can still recall how afraid I was, how ashamed I was, because of how they made me feel. And some people think bullying and peer pressure are the same thing. Not really. Peer pressure is when a group of kids will cause someone else to want to do something. For example, I got to get Nike sneakers, or I got to get Adidas footwear because everybody else wears it. When somebody is bullied, they don't feel safe. They feel hurt, they feel wounded, and they feel ashamed.
I think people are bullies because they're insecure about themselves, and that sometimes by teasing on someone else or bullying someone else, they get also almost a natural high that makes them feel better about themselves.
Ann Phelan is a 6th grade guidance counselor at Nauset Regional Middle School in Massachusetts.
Sometimes it's about power and affiliation, and if a child perceives that they will have peer recognition by being in charge, by being the tough guy, they'll assume that role. And usually it's reinforced by their peers because they don't want to get in the way of that person. So they actually empower them when they take on that role.
What I find in my practice is that the children that are labeled as bullies are often children who have parents who potentially have issues socially as well. So that the role modeling and the coaching that the child receives or doesn't receive puts them in a place where this is more likely to happen. Typically those children who have issues with boundaries socially and then are labeled as a bully are in fact children that have trouble with boundaries in a number of different places.
I'm no counselor or psychotherapist, but in my experience with kids, I realize that bullies often act the way they do to gain some kind of superiority. They want to be noticed, they want to be in charge, and they don't know how to behave or how to build good relationships. And my wish is that these kids will think about how they behave and learn from those around them to develop some good, strong social skills.
I think that usually when somebody bullies someone else, it's a cry for help, that they're so insecure about themselves, something's going on inside their head that they feel the need to have to personally attack somebody else.